The roar of the seaplane faded, a mechanical echo swallowed by the immensity of the Amazon. It was a sound that connected me to the world I knew, a world of schedules and certainty, now rapidly receding into the distance. Below, the unbroken tapestry of green stretched to the horizon, a living, breathing entity teeming with secrets. I took a deep breath, the humid air thick with the promise of adventure and the subtle threat of the unknown. This was it, the point of no return. As I gazed down at the endless green of the Amazon rainforest, it was more than just trees. It was a complex, interconnected web of life, a symphony of nature playing out on a scale I could barely comprehend. From this height, the river snaked through the landscape like a shimmering serpent, its tributaries reaching into the deepest corners of the jungle. I knew that somewhere down there, amidst that vibrant chaos, I would be testing my limits, pushing myself to the very edge of my capabilities. This was it, the legendary jungle, a place whispered about in tales of explorers and adventurers, a realm of both breathtaking beauty and unforgiving challenge. It was a place where the rules of the modern world didn't apply, where survival depended on instinct, skill, and a deep respect for the power of nature. The air hung heavy with anticipation, a palpable sense of the wildness that awaited me. A place that tests you to your core. It strips away the layers of comfort and convenience, leaving you face to face with your primal self. It demands resilience, resourcefulness, and an unwavering spirit. The jungle doesn't care about your past accomplishments or your future aspirations. It only cares about your ability to adapt and survive in the present moment. My mission: survive 48 hours, a seemingly short span of time, yet an eternity when measured against the challenges that lay ahead. It was a test of my skills, my knowledge, and my mental fortitude. 48 hours to prove that I could not only endure but thrive in one of the most demanding environments on Earth. With just a machete, my primary tool for navigating the dense undergrowth, for building shelter, and for sourcing food. It was an extension of my arm, a symbol of my ability to shape the environment to my needs. Firestarter, a small but essential piece of equipment that held the promise of warmth, light, and the ability to cook whatever I could find. Fire was more than just a practical tool. It was a source of comfort and a symbol of hope in the face of the unknown. And a small water bottle. A finite resource in a place where hydration was paramount. Every sip would have to be carefully considered, every opportunity to replenish it seized with urgency. Water was life, and in the Amazon, it was a precious commodity. Stepping onto the muddy riverbank, the ground soft and yielding beneath my boots, I felt a surge of adrenaline mixed with a healthy dose of trepidation. This was the moment of truth, the point where preparation met reality. I was hit by a wave of humidity, a thick, suffocating blanket that clung to my skin and made every breath feel like a workout. The air was saturated with moisture, a constant reminder of the life-giving force that permeated every corner of the jungle, and the scent of earth and blossoms, a heady, intoxicating aroma that spoke of decay and rebirth, of the constant cycle of life and death that defined the Amazon. It was a smell that both invigorated and humbled, a reminder of the raw power and untamed beauty of the natural world. Giant trees loomed overhead, their massive trunks rising like ancient pillars, their branches intertwined to form a dense, impenetrable canopy. They were silent witnesses to centuries of history, guardians of the secrets hidden within the jungle's depths. Their canopies blocking out the sun, casting the forest floor into a perpetual twilight. Only dappled rays of light managed to penetrate the dense foliage, creating an ethereal, almost otherworldly atmosphere, creating a world of shadows and mystery, a place where the imagination ran wild, where every rustle and whisper could be interpreted as either a threat or an opportunity. It was a world that demanded constant vigilance, a heightened awareness of one's surroundings. Every sound, every movement in the undergrowth, the snap of a twig, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird was a potential clue, a piece of the puzzle that I needed to solve in order to survive. Could mean danger or opportunity. The difference often depended on my ability to interpret the signs, to understand the language of the jungle. A rustling in the bushes could be a jaguar on the prowl, or it could be a source of edible insects. This wasn't a stroll in the park. This was a raw, untamed wilderness, a place where survival was a constant struggle, where every step required careful consideration. It was a survival challenge, a test of my skills, my knowledge, and my mental fortitude. A chance to prove that I could not only endure but thrive in one of the most demanding environments on Earth. And the clock was ticking. Every minute that passed was a minute closer to the end of the challenge, but also a minute closer to potential danger. Time was a precious resource, and I needed to use it wisely. The Amazon demands respect, a deep understanding of its power and its fragility. It's a place that can reward those who approach it with humility and knowledge, but it can also punish those who underestimate its dangers. Quick thinking, the ability to assess situations rapidly, and make decisions under pressure. There was no room for hesitation or second-guessing. Every choice could have life or death consequences, and relentless determination, the will to keep going even when faced with exhaustion, discomfort, and fear. The belief that I could overcome any obstacle, no matter how daunting. I needed to find water, my most immediate priority. Without it, I wouldn't last long in this humid, unforgiving environment. I would follow the natural contours of the land, searching for signs of streams or springs, build shelter, a safe haven from the elements, and a place to rest and recover. It needed to be sturdy enough to withstand the rain and wind, and concealed enough to provide protection from predators. And source food, a constant challenge in a place where everything seemed to bite, sting, or poison. I would need to identify edible plants and insects, and perhaps even try my hand at trapping small animals. All while staying alert to the jungle's hidden threats, the jaguars, snakes, spiders, and countless other creatures that called this place home. I was a visitor in their domain, and I needed to respect their power and their territory. Here, reputation means nothing. All that mattered was my ability to adapt, to learn, and to survive. The jungle didn't care about my past accomplishments or my future aspirations. It only cared about my ability to meet the challenges of the present moment. Adaptation is everything. The ability to learn from my mistakes, to adjust my strategies, and to embrace the unexpected. The jungle was a constantly changing environment, and I needed to be able to change with it. To survive, you must become part of the jungle's rhythm, to understand its patterns, to anticipate its changes, and to move with its flow. It was about finding a balance between my own needs and the needs of the environment. Those first moments were about switching into survival mode, a mental shift that required me to focus all my attention on the present moment, to suppress my fears and anxieties, and to embrace the challenges that lay ahead. Heat, sounds, and the unknown pressing in. A constant reminder of the dangers that lurked around every corner, the challenges that awaited me at every turn. My challenge had begun. The clock was ticking, the stakes were high, and the jungle was waiting. It was time to move, to leave the riverbank behind and venture into the heart of the jungle. Every step would be a test, every decision a gamble. Make decisions, to choose a path, to assess the risks, and to commit to a course of action. There was no room for hesitation or doubt. I needed to trust my instincts and move forward with confidence, and embrace the wild, to accept the challenges, to revel in the beauty, and to find a way to thrive in this extraordinary environment. Let the adventure begin. The next 48 hours would be a journey of self-discovery, a test of my limits, and an unforgettable experience in the heart of the Amazon. The Amazon is a cathedral of nature, colossal trees, a dense canopy, and perpetual twilight below. Moisture hangs in the air, drenching you in sweat within minutes. The heat and humidity sap your energy, making every step a challenge. Sounds surround you. Howler monkeys roar, birds screech, insects buzz, a wild symphony. Every snap or rustle could mean another creature nearby. You're never alone here. Staying alert is key. Your ears become as important as your eyes. The jungle is alive, vibrant, and always watching. Water is your top priority in the Amazon. Dehydration can strike fast. Listen for streams or rivers, follow animal tracks, and look for lush vegetation. Collect rainwater with leaves or containers when possible. Not all water is safe. Avoid stagnant pools. Fast-flowing water is best, but always purify it. Boil water for at least a minute to kill microorganisms. Some vines and palms hold drinkable water. Test cautiously. When in doubt, don't drink it. Smart choices about water can mean the difference between survival and disaster. After water, shelter is your next priority. It shields you from rain, cold nights, and biting insects. Look for natural shelters first. Rock overhangs, tree roots, or fallen logs. Always check for snakes or insects before settling in. If you must build, keep it simple. A lean-to with branches and palm fronds works well. Raise your sleeping area off the ground to avoid moisture and critters. Plan your site. Avoid ant nests and animal trails. A little preparation goes a long way in the jungle. With water and shelter sorted, food comes next. The Amazon is abundant, but many plants and animals are dangerous to eat. Only eat what you can positively identify as safe. Palm hearts, some fruits, and certain insects like grubs and ants are good options. Cook insects to kill parasites. Fishing is effective. Cook all fish thoroughly. Foraging for plants is risky without expert knowledge. Hunger is tough, but poisoning is worse. When in doubt, leave it out. The Amazon teems with an astonishing array of wildlife, a vibrant tapestry of life woven into the very fabric of the rainforest. It's a place where the rules of the concrete jungle don't apply, and understanding the local inhabitants is key to a safe and enriching experience. From the elusive jaguars, masters of camouflage and apex predators, to the tiny yet potent poison dart frogs, each creature plays a vital role in this complex ecosystem. Their vibrant colors are a warning, a signal of the power they hold within their small bodies. Most animals instinctively avoid humans, preferring to remain unseen and undisturbed in their natural habitat. They are more afraid of us than we are of them. However, caution is absolutely essential when venturing into their world. Being mindful of your surroundings can prevent unwanted encounters and ensure the safety of both you and the wildlife. Watch carefully where you step. The forest floor is a dynamic environment full of hidden surprises. Snakes are masters of camouflage, blending seamlessly into the undergrowth, and many are venomous. A misplaced step could have serious consequences. Use a stick to probe ahead in dense undergrowth, disturbing the area before placing your foot. This gives any hidden creatures a chance to move away. If you happen to see a snake, remain calm. Back away slowly and deliberately. Never provoke it or make sudden movements. Give it space to escape. Mosquitoes and ticks are relentless inhabitants of the Amazon, often carrying diseases. Cover up with long sleeves and pants and use insect repellent if you have it. Prevention is key to avoiding itchy bites and potential health risks. Always check for ants, wasps, and spiders before touching any surface. Be vigilant before sitting down or leaning against trees. Many insects and arachnids make their homes in these places, and some can deliver painful stings or bites. Make noise as you walk through the jungle. This alerts larger animals to your presence, helping you to avoid surprising them and potentially triggering a defensive reaction. If, despite your best efforts, you encounter a predator such as a jaguar or a large snake, stand your ground, make yourself look as large as possible, and back away slowly, maintaining eye contact. Respect their space and remember that you are a visitor in their home. If you give them the respect they deserve, they'll usually respect yours, allowing you to coexist peacefully and appreciate the incredible biodiversity of the Amazon. Survival is as much mental as physical. Fear is natural, but panic is dangerous. Break tasks into small steps: water, shelter, food, fire. Celebrate small victories, they build confidence. Remember, stop, think, observe, plan. Take a breath. Assess your situation, and act with purpose. Keep a positive mental attitude. Encourage yourself. Find beauty in the struggle. You're more resilient than you think. Stay calm, believe in yourself, and you'll find a way through. The Amazon rainforest. A vast green ocean teeming with life, stretching as far as the eye can see. It's more than just a collection of trees. It's one of Earth's most vital ecosystems, a complex web of interconnected species and natural processes that regulate our planet's climate and sustain life as we know it. This incredible place is home to countless species, from jaguars and monkeys to colorful birds and insects, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. It's also the ancestral home of indigenous communities, who have lived in harmony with the rainforest for centuries, possessing invaluable knowledge about its secrets and sustainable practices. As visitors to this extraordinary realm, we're essentially guests here, and our responsibility is to protect it. We must tread lightly and minimize our impact, ensuring that our presence doesn't disrupt the delicate balance of this precious environment. The cornerstone of responsible jungle exploration is to practice leave no trace, a set of ethical guidelines that minimize our impact on the natural world. This means we must pack out all litter. Every wrapper, bottle, and scrap of food that we bring into the jungle must leave with us. When nature calls, dig small cathels for waste, at least 200 feet away from water sources, trails, and campsites, ensuring proper sanitation and preventing contamination. Our goal is to leave the jungle as you found it, or even better, leaving no trace of our visit behind, preserving its pristine beauty for others to enjoy. If you choose to have a campfire, use fire responsibly. Fire can be a valuable tool, but it also poses a significant risk to the rainforest. If a fire is necessary, keep it small, using only what you need for cooking or warmth, minimizing the impact on the surrounding vegetation. Never leave it unattended, even for a moment. A stray ember can quickly ignite dry leaves and spread into a devastating wildfire. Before leaving your campsite, extinguish it completely, dousing the embers with water and stirring the ashes until they are cold to the touch. Don't cut living trees unnecessarily. These trees are vital to the rainforest ecosystem, providing habitat for wildlife and playing a crucial role in carbon sequestration. Instead, use dead wood for shelter and fire, gathering fallen branches and twigs from the forest floor, minimizing your impact on living vegetation. The Amazon is home to an incredible array of wildlife, so observe wildlife from a distance, respecting their space and avoiding any disturbance to their natural behavior. And never feed wild animals, as this can disrupt their natural foraging habits and make them dependent on humans. By respecting the jungle, by following these simple guidelines, we can minimize our impact and ensure its long-term health. We ensure its wonders endure for future generations, allowing them to experience the magic and beauty of this irreplaceable ecosystem. Let's all do our part to protect the Amazon, leaving a legacy of conservation and respect for the natural world. My 48 hours in the Amazon were ending. The jungle tested me, but I emerged with a new appreciation for its wild beauty. Survival skills, finding water, building shelter, staying calm, build confidence, and self-reliance. Adventure is about pushing boundaries and discovering your true capabilities. You don't need the Amazon to find adventure. Seek it in your own backyard. Prepare, learn, and embrace the wild. Adventure awaits. Go find it.